You are welcome this Thursday and to the Thursday edition of the Polity, and it's coming to you from KAFTAN Television. KAFTAN Television is King Adebayo Film and Theatre Arts Network Television. And my name is Dayo Omogun. I'm very excited to be here this afternoon, and I do hope that we'll have a rollicking time together. We have two topics we'll be talking about in the course of the program, and I'm sure there are topics that you are interested in. Maybe I should just give you an insight into the two topics. One, the first one has to do with the Rivers politics. At this point in time, it's time to drop ego, to drop pride. It's time to prioritize the state and the citizens, and that's the first one. And then the second one has to do with latest developments in the Senate concerning Natasha. And we read that a Senate committee has recommended a 6-month suspension for the senator. When we get there, we'll spill all the details that we have, and then we can talk about them. Please do be around, be on hand to make calls onto this program. We expect we have a very interactive program together. My name remains Dayo Omogun. I have with me in the studio a very dependable, very articulate guest. He takes his words slowly, but he makes his point very lucidly. And his name is Segun Ojelade.
Thank you very much for having me. It's good to be here this afternoon.
All right. And so straight we go into the matter. So Rivers has been in the news for all the wrong reasons for so many weeks and months, almost since the new governor came into office. It's been dogged by all kinds of controversy, all kinds of power, high wire politicking between him and his godfather, and the two camps have been at loggerheads. But all that was laid to rest when the Supreme Court gave its ruling, its judgment about a week ago. And at this point, I do believe, and I think that as Nigerians we expect that state should move forward and move above every ego, above every arrogance, above any personal interests, to a level where the state can truly begin to enjoy dividends of democracy, can begin to enjoy a development, and the citizens can heave a sigh of relief that after all the brickbats, all the all kinds of things that have happened. I do really think that it's about time that what time is it as far as you're concerned in Rivers now? What time should it be?
Thank you once again for having me. I think just like you said, it's about time that the people of Rivers State begins to enjoy. The people of Rivers State begin to enjoy at they have a governor, they have a government in place, they have a House of Assembly that is functioning, that all the apparatus of government begins to operate at their normal and effective capacity. The way things are now, like the Supreme Court said, Rivers State does not have government.
Prior to that judgment,
even up till now, because the judgment has not been implemented. They have a governor. Yes, there's a governor. The judiciary is there. But we heard yesterday that the chief judge is going on a 1-year vacation. We just sincerely hope that that is not true. Anyway, if he goes, there can be an acting chief judge if he goes on. But what kind of vacation is that on 1 year? Okay.
Sabbatic.
It's okay. The judiciary is there. We have a governor who, by the Supreme Court judgment, does not have an EXCO, doesn't have commissioners. All those ones he has are not recognized by the Constitution. By the law. Don't have a state House of Assembly at all. the one that has been using for close to 2 years now is just a 4-member assembly that is a misnomer.
And so everything they've done up to now
is null and void.
Wow.
So there is no government in Rivers State. What we have now is a rule of one man. Because it's only the governor that is qualified to sit on the seat that he's sitting on. So I don't know. So I think it is high time, like you said, that we begin to have peace.
Exactly.
The actors involved must now sit down in the interest. They've all been saying that, but I don't think they mean it. That what we are doing is in the interest of Rivers State and its people. That's just mere words,
exactly,
lacking any sincerity
very empty,
or action.
Empty words.
If what all you are doing is in the interest of the people of Rivers State, why will you operate with 4 men in your assembly? Why will you begin to take decisions without approval, financial decisions without approval of the state government? And then why will the other side too? Why will there be drums of war, discordant tunes every now and then? You know, so they are working against the interest of the state, against the interest of the people.
Yes.
So, but we must equally recognize that even the people themselves are not helping matters. They are not. Yeah. The camps are split, and then you find people that you think should know
also taking very funny.
Yes. So the people then, and then if you are from Rivers State and you notice somebody from another place, not your state, doing something, saying something in this matter, and you know what he's saying, what he's doing is not in the interest of your state, why continue to condone it? We've not seen anybody advising either side for them to stand up and condemn him. What you are saying is not true. Some people should stand up as things are now to call a spade a spade.
Sure.
There are some people conniving for their own selfish interests, for reasons best known to them. There are people I don't read again on this issue, on this matter. I don't read them again. You know, when you come out and you begin to say threaten fire and brimstone, I know that you are not helping the situation. You are not being sincere, and you are not helping the state and its people. Some of them, when the bubble bursts, when there is crisis, when the violence begins, you will not see them.
Of course. And it will not touch them.
It will not touch, even if some of them are still hiding somewhere talking, their children will be far away from the scene of the violence.
So the people must learn from several situations in times past where you have had crises like this, where the children of the poor are encouraged to go and make themselves as cannon fodders. So now, from what we have read in recent times, it doesn't look as if the leaders are ready to really bury the hatchet or drop their ego and move forward. One of the statements that was in the media was the governor saying that at the appropriate time, the youth should get ready, and at the appropriate time, he will give the signal. What exactly does that mean, by your own understanding?
Well, it's a very unfortunate statement. It's very sad because it's those he is talking to, the youths that he is talking to, they understand what that meant. They understand it to mean that because it was practiced in the past. So when the assembly attempted to impeach him at the start of this imbroglio, he himself was the one who led them
to go touch
the assembly.
Well,
we don't know who touched the assembly.
Yes, but I mean,
but they led them to the assembly, and there was fire.
There was fire.
There was fire. There was brimstone. That's what we know, but we do not know
who exactly
leads the fire. So those that is talking to, they understood what he meant.
So you're saying, I mean, are we saying here that the person who is supposed to be the chief security officer of a state would be the one himself fomenting, preparing the ground?
Don't let us in this studio judge him like that.
No.
But what we are saying, we are not the ones to pass the verdict. All Nigerians,
yes,
they know what the man is doing. They know what they all equally know. Nigerians know that as the governor, the chief security officer of a state, he shouldn't have talked like that.
All right,
he should not. That's you see, when the leader talks ambiguously, it is open to
several interpretations. Yes,
and there are people that are discerning. They can interpret it to mean that governor should not have said that it was a mistake. But there are people who will take it hook, line and sinker, and then say
and wrong with it.
In fact, they are preparing for it as we speak. They are getting all their arms and amulets and then their arsenals. They are getting ready for that day that Mr. Governor has spoken about. So that is the very dangerous aspect of such things. So I think that was why I said leaders of thought, those who truly and genuinely have the interest of Rivers State at heart, they should be talking to some people. When after the judgment, Wike went to Port Harcourt and you saw him dancing. He's made some statement. Since that time, have you heard him speak again about this?
Yeah, I think he also, I think he's growing, because usually he too has been one very loud participant in this. But I think that in this particular recent case, he's very uncharacteristic of him. This would have been a time to come out and say, as he dey pain them, he dey sweet us, and as he dey sweet,
that is what leadership is all about. You should know when to yes. You should equally know when not to talk,
and exactly when, especially when you are winning. When you are winning, as it were, it's a time to also show some humility and to be able to coddle the other party. And I think this is very critical.
It is possible when you have something doing. I don't think Fubara has enough on his plate. I don't think so.
For a governor of a state as
if he faces the job before him, he will not have time for some of these things.
How can he face the job squarely when he constantly has these distractions coming?
That is exactly what I'm saying.
No, he should tell you. See, his camp will tell you that the distractions are not coming by. They're not being provoked by him.
And what should they do about that? He has everything at his disposal to solve this problem. Everything at his disposal. Everybody in that state, everybody in this country, if he calls them that he needs them to help in this thing, they will come. They will listen to him. They will help him. But you can't help somebody that has not shown considerable reasons to be helped. When somebody needs help, you know he needs help. You know at this stage that we are, that something must happen from his end, but he's not showing it. He's still telling you there is no problem. We are in charge. We are in control. We can handle this. You leave him.
Well, honestly, we have gotten to the point where we can no longer trifle with what goes on in Rivers State. I think the truth must be told. We have and the course is clear. We have a good time now to really change gear in the affairs of that state, and I think a lot will depend on how the governor handles matters, because at this point, if you have found out that everything that you have done thus far have been null and void, one would expect that you retrace your steps. One would expect that you open your arms wider and become more large-hearted, and to engage with some of the people you didn't really want to engage with originally, because your goal, your whole purpose is to serve as governor, and if that is the principal goal, you must make certain sacrifices. I think that's the point where he must drop his ego. Clearly, he must drop his ego. I know how he feels, how it feels to be governor and somehow not to be governor. I think that's his pain. How can I be governor and I'm not in charge? How can I be governor and there's a shadow governor who dictates whether I breathe or I don't breathe? I think that's where all this started from. And that's unfortunate, because it all goes right back to the Godfather, Godson phenomenon in Nigerian politics, which I think we must do something about if we truly want to have politics that delivers development, politics that delivers liberties, people's liberties, politics that moves society forward, politics that moves us from the Stone Age of how we do things, politics that can put us in the proper place in the Community of Nations. So let's talk about the Godfather Godson syndrome in Nigerian politics.
Let's keep talking about Rivers State. I know when you talk about Godfather Godson,
yes,
you are referring to what happened between Wiki and Fubara,
which is the crux of all this that is happening.
I will tell you that it is not Fubara that will stop or halt the issue of Godfather Godson in Nigeria.
So it will always be there.
I'm not saying it will always be there, but I'm telling you that it is not Fubara that will end Godfather Godson politics in Nigeria. It's always been there. See, he who comes to equity, they say, must come with clean hands.
Yeah.
Now, if you collect, if you are so, if your wisdom is not able to carry you beyond taking something from the devil, you now collected it from him, then your eyes are now open. That was when your eyes are now open.
After you had collected.
After you have collected from him, and you now discover that the man is a wicked man. When you were knocking on his door, what were you expecting? They say if you keep knocking on the devil's door, somebody will answer you.
And it's not going to be an angel.
See, he was a civil servant, a senior civil servant, working with Mr. Governor.
Yes.
And above everybody qualified.
You were handpicked.
He chose you.
Yeah.
When he was discussing with you that I will make, you are the one I want to support to be governor, why didn't you say that with your character that I know, I should avoid you, because you know you will be making demands of me. I'm not saying Wike is making demands of him, because we have not heard that he makes demands of him. Why didn't you reject? That's Godfatherism. The man is introducing Godfatherism to you. He is saying that I will make you a governor, and because you want to be governor, without necessarily looking at the implications of collecting governorship from this man that you now suddenly discovered is a wicked man. So what were you expecting? That the man will make you governor,
yes,
and in 3 months the entire architecture of politics in Rivers State will be handed over to you? It doesn't work like that. Of course, the man that makes you governor, he will not just walk out of the government house just like that and go and be sleeping in his wife's bedroom. You should expect it. Those that have Godfather in this country, they know how it operated. See, the problem is that I think Fubara knew too late
that
what to be somebody's what is involved.
Exactly.
He knew it too late, and then we can't come back now. We can't come back now and be blaming Wike. See,
what if the cards were not laid face up to him from the beginning?
What is that supposed to mean? Why will the card not be laid up to him? He knew what he was driving into. He knew.
No, but that's just what you said. That it's possible he knew very late. I mean, late.
Knew very late. See, I'm just being sarcastic. He knew what he was doing. He knew. I'm sure people must have.
You mean that somebody will know that I'll be governor and not be governor at the same time?
Somebody will know that somebody made me governor when they were doing the campaign. What was the involvement of Fubara in it? What was the? Did you ever hear him mount the rostrum to campaign? Did you ever? When they were spending the money, where was the money for the campaign? Where did it come from? All the people that were assembled, that were spoken into, whose people were they?
All right. Let's examine this.
All those things are what I am telling you are the contributions of. And then when somebody is your godfather, we've always known that in Nigeria. Don't let us begin to castigate anybody here now that we know what it means for you to invest in politics in this country. Those that have brought their money to say, I want to back this governor, I want to do this, I want to in politics in Nigeria.
So you invest and bring somebody into office, yes, and then you hold him by the jugular.
You don't hold.
Or you bring him and make him a stooge. You can toy with him.
That's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying.
What are we saying?
Look at all those that have. Fubara is not the only person that has Godfather in these administrations.
Most probably he's the only one who has an overbearing Godfather. How about that? We're just trying to.
He is the only one.
Look at these matters.
He is the only one that probably is too ambitious or too early ambitious for him not to operate by the rules of what he has put his head into. He is the only one. 3 months after becoming a governor, he fell out with his godfather. What was the godfather doing? The godfather must have been putting a gun by his head for it to happen in 3 months. There are people, there are governors in this country today that have godfathers, and you never hear anything.
All right, let's take a look at this. Please, keep your calls coming. I'll start picking very soon. Now, let's take a look at this scenario. I'm not saying that that's what's played out, but if you were a governor and your godfather says to you, out of the 30 commissioners that you're going to appoint, I will have to nominate 25. Let's take this. Hello?
Hello.
Good afternoon. You're welcome. Yeah?
Thank you.
Felix Olushola, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Thank you for the topic that is being discussed in the studio. With what is happening in River State, it's unfortunate that Fubara finds himself in this situation.
All right.
But at the same time, we should try to discourage the issue of godfatherism in Nigeria. That is the bedrock of all what you see that is happening in this country today. That the country is not moving forward. Because you don't expect whereby an ex-governor will be powerful than a sitting governor. Where an ex-governor will be dictating the apparatus of the state. Then the governor is just there as a secretary. Even if you that you are here in the studio, as you are here now, you are the one that is handling this program. And somebody is behind you, you are telling you what to do, what not to do. How will you feel? No, let's tell ourselves the truth. Because what the other man in the studio is saying, well, it is his own opinion. But at the same time, we should not try to encourage that. Look at what is happening in Lagos State. For the first time in the history of this country, the speaker is more powerful than the governor of the state. Why? It's because of the issue of godfatherism. If the speaker does not have somebody behind him that is pushing him, how comes that the speaker will be so powerful that even the governor is handicapped? The governor will just sit down without saying anything. So far, with due respect, we should not in any way try to encourage the issue of godfatherism. That is how our politics is not going forward. That is why you see the issue of this coming from. Somebody says because you are a godfather, anytime the allocation comes, you bring certain amount for him for the state, the money that is there for the development of the state. It does not work out. You cannot allow our politics to move forward.
Thank you very much, Felix.
Thank
you very much. Great contribution. Thanks.
Thank you. Wait.
Yeah. Okay.
Let us talk about Lagos State.
No, we're talking about Rivers.
No. We are not talking about. It's not that I want to dwell on Lagos. He mentioned.
Okay.
He mentioned Lagos.
Yeah.
In terms of delivering the
democracy dividends.
Yes. Which state can match Lagos State today?
Okay, that's the basis for the speaker to become more powerful.
No, wait. Which state in its politics has greater sanity than Lagos State?
So when it begins to veer off sanity into insanity, should it be
no. See, let's just keep our focus. We are talking about the fact we are talking about godfatherism and dividends of democracy.
It's still a manifestation of godfatherism that led to what happened in Lagos.
I am not saying that godfatherism is good.
All right, okay.
And I am not saying we should encourage it.
Okay.
In fact, I will be an advocate of independent candidacy.
All right.
But what I'm saying is that when something works, when it works, let us commend its workability. And areas where it is not working, I'm talking about godfatherism now.
Yes.
Areas where it is not working, we point it out.
Okay.
But I am saying that in terms of what is happening in Lagos State, the Lagos people should be grateful that there is somebody that is superintending over the affairs and development of that state, to the extent that they have smooth succession, and their polity is working.
All right, okay.
And they are delivering to the people.
We'll get back to whether it's working or not after this call. Yeah? Hello? Hello? Hello?
He's still there.
I think there's a problem. Hello?
Hello?
You're welcome to the Polity.
Hello?
We can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Oh no, I think there's a problem. Now, if you say it's working, yeah, it might have worked in terms of succession, but this person is pointing out that that's what also gave rise to a situation where suddenly the speaker became so big that even the governor had nothing on him. The governor couldn't hold him, put him in line. That's what he's saying. Is that also a positive of the godfatherism thing?
Well, I think if you say the governor is not able to hold him, that's open to conjecture. Yes.
Open to debate. Okay.
Yes.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Please go ahead.
Yes, please, in respect to this governorship.
It would be nice to have your name and location, please.
Okay, my name is Segun.
You're calling from where?
I'm calling from Lagos State.
Okay, go on, quick.
Yes, this weekend and Obama issue.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah, there's an agreement before Obama became the governor.
Okay.
Obama should have followed the due process of the agreement. Then after which, not to stop people not pleading to UK to give room to govern the state.
Yes.
There's a way to work with humble himself and simple all areas of duties. The issue of
godfatherism.
Yes.
It's not a thing that the one should overlook at. is what is trending even in this present administration. So we should not cut that out when it comes to this our country, Nigeria.
All right, thank you. Can we leave it there?
No, let him continue. He's on my side.
Leave it there.
He's on my side.
Thank you. Hello. You're welcome to the Polity. Yeah, you're welcome to the Polity. Go ahead, tell us your name and where you're calling from. You're on air.
My name is Ojelade.
And you're calling from where?
I'm calling you from Akpoti-Uduaghan.
All right, please go ahead with your contribution. Go on. Go on, please.
And thank you so much. To get a father is a good thing, God-given. But the problem we have in Nigeria is where a godfather is not allowing his son to progress. As in case of River State, one Wike was a governor who is godfather. And did he prevent him to progress in the common house? Let us be sincere. Wike fight Amechi to the core. And everybody knows that the day work for the president was behind him. He make up all his effort to become a governor of the university. And nobody stopped him. Once he did his something to poor guy, making him a government a good thing. He stopped the guy, allow the guy to work. Not to give all the resources of the university to his own pocket. What we have is the problem in these governors, the former governor who make modern to governors, they don't want that one to get more than them. Nothing in genuine. Akpoti was the governor who is the godfather. The president in AGS, he brings 3 governors at the back. He said that with them, oh, why?
All right. So, thank you. Yes, thank you. Your point has been well made, that fathers should allow sons to operate. Thank you so very much. We'll take one more before I get back to my guests in the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome.
Mazi Okrafo from Arochukwu. Good afternoon, sir.
Mazi, you're welcome.
Yes, sir. Rivers State is a time bomb. Time bomb in the sense that the elders have spoken, and the Niger Delta youths have spoken. The Niger Delta youths, you know what they created for us in this country. And many international communities, they were afraid of coming to Nigeria for anything, business or investment. So I will advise Amegule group to listen to the law of the River State, to listen to the law of Nigeria, and to listen to the elder, and to listen to the youth. All of them in State Assembly, they are all youth. I call them boys, not men. Why do I call them boys? Because not really something. Because when I call somebody a man, that's my own son of a man. But as long as I'm from state, but they are still a boy. Now, the youth, they are talking about leading Nigeria, taking care of the country. Is that what they are doing? Is that they are going to take care of Nigeria? It's a man, not it. Power belongs to God. Nobody has monopoly of power. Nobody has monopoly of destruction. Nobody has monopoly of vandalism. Nobody has monopoly of criminality. Everybody created by God has his own institution, has his own sense of business. They should not allow human beings to push them to what they cannot carry. Because now, if you look at the house, all of them in the House of Assembly, sit down, watch them very well. They're not looking like House of Assembly members. This was not a question of statement of what.
How do they look like? What do they look like?
But the way they present that, when they are talking, you talk like a man, not the people of Brazil, you are a retired joint soldier.
Mazi, I think we need to make very. I'll need to go to the next caller as it is.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Mazi.
But they should do the needful at this period.
So, we were saying, you have heard a number of them, and one party says the party wanted me to
allow to
for 30 minutes. And then you have the other guy from Benue also who says, if a father really wants the best for his, he must allow the son to also operate. So we are clear that this matter actually came out of a mismatch.
You know the point.
And godson.
You know the point I keep making on this program.
Yes.
Is that 3 months?
It's too early.
It's too early for the son to want to discard the father, no matter what. It shows that the son is intolerant. It shows that the son is not submissive. It shows that the son is not ready to appreciate and learn from the Godfather.
Now, when you talk like this, we're not recognizing. We're not recognizing that the whole Godfather Godson phenomenon is strange. It's not part of governance ordinarily.
Mr. Moderator, stop saying that.
It's not part of governance.
This is it's
not recognized.
But wait. Don't always forget that we are in Nigeria. You and I, we are not politicians.
Okay.
We are not. We don't operate the political system in Nigeria. Forget what we have in the books. Close your eyes to what is happening in America.
Oh, really?
See,
we should very well return to the Stone Age.
It's not returning to the Stone Age. When we get to critical situations like we have here in Nigeria now, don't let us forget that we are in Nigeria. Those actors that you are mentioning, they know the kind of pool they are putting their fish. They know the waters into which they are putting their fish.
When you continue to emphasize that, how does that play? How does that have to do with the people, with the state?
No, wait.
We neglect the state and the people.
No, wait.
Concentrate.
We are not abandoning the people. We are not closing our eyes to the people. We are just saying that you should recognize how you get there. See, there are people. How can somebody make you a governor? You know that you rode on this person's back to be governor, and then in 3 months, you look at it. If you have a marriage, people from 2 people from different backgrounds, and you marry, and in 3 months the marriage collapsed, and then you are saying it is because I married an Isoko woman, or my husband is from Abeokuta, that was why the marriage broke down. Of course not. Of course.
I do not connect this analogy.
That's what I'm saying. So whatever must have happened between the 2 of them, the father and the son, is not born out of the fact that it is because this man is this or that man is that. It is because the 2 of you, are just not able to manage your relationship. Good, pure and simple. And then in that kind of situation, relationship, somebody is high up there, the other person is down there. So the one that is down must recognize that there is somebody there. 3 months is too short for that kind of arrangement to break down. That is what we are saying. 3 months is just, why will not? Okay, the other time you said maybe Wike is asking Fubara that out of the 30 commissioners,
yes, I was just trying to create a
give me 25.
Yes, out of 30.
Out of 30.
Yes.
What does it cost him in those 3 months? Give him his 25.
So
and then wait. Wait.
Yes.
Yoruba will tell you that, okay, call the husband,
yes.
Call him a madman, so that he can let us have peace. Allow him. You have 8 years to spend. Okay, first year, 4 years in the first instance.
Yeah.
Okay, let him have it. Be operating it, be managing it, and then you'll be using the period to collect data. You'll be using the period to learn. You'll be using the period to manage that kind of relationship. So that when the bubble now bursts, you can come to the public now and say, Okay, what else do you want me to do? All the things that you have asked of me, I have done. If Ubara comes to the public today, please let me finish. If he comes to the public today to say he has done this, he has done this, he has done this, he has done this to ensure that this marriage works, if he has run it for at least 1 year, people will say you tried. But for people to say to know that you only manage it for 3 months, it tells a lot about you.
All right, now our books, our constitution allows how many tenures for any public office holder? 2. Which usually is for
governors. We're talking governors.
Yeah, like for governors, yes. And for presidents, for example. You and I, I'm sure, belong to the people who shouted down the attempt at that time for third term by Obasanjo.
Yeah.
Now, what does it mean when a governor who has spent his 8 years insists on still being the one to choose commissioners? Is he having a third term?
Are we plucking it?
Is he having a third term?
Wait,
is that an attempt to perpetuate himself in office?
Is that what you have said now? Is it an abnormality in Nigerian politics? If
it's not an abnormality, why did we shout down Obasanjo's attempt?
No, we are talking two different things.
No, they are not two different things. One person came in the open, apparently, like open, almost.
How
open,
many?
And somebody wants to
as we speak in this state today. How many state governors have people appointed commissioners for them or nominated commissioners for them, and they are managing the situation?
Okay, they are managing the situation, but one last line, and I want a straight answer. Is it right?
By the situation that we have in Nigeria, I've told you that it is not. I'm not. I've told you that it is not Fubara that will end. It's going to end.
I don't even want to know who started it or who's going to end it. I'm asking you, this idea of somebody breathing down the neck of somebody who is in office, is it right?
Nobody is breathing down the neck of anybody. We are talking of a state governor. We are talking of an executive governor of a state. Nobody is breathing down on the necks of anybody. It is only the person that wants somebody to breathe over his neck that they will. It is only somebody that does not have the strength, the wisdom, the wisdom, the strength, and the temperament, and does not know the capacity of that office that he occupies, that we say somebody is breathing down on his neck. We are talking of executive governor. The buck stops on your table. Let the commissioner.
So the buck stops on your table?
Yes.
But people are appointed for you, people you don't really know, people you don't really want.
Those people that were appointed for you don't have the power of the purse. They do not have the powers that you have. You are the one that will say yes, final yes. You are the one that will say final no. It is what you are allowed to go that will go.
The problem will still come, because when those guys
by that time, the whole world will see that you have done what you are supposed to do. You have done the needful. See, there are governors in this country that are working this arrangement, and it is working for them, working for the people.
And therefore it makes it right. That's what Ojelade says. Let's take this call before we go to the next topic.
Now you know. Now you know.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome, yeah?
I'm calling from Culver State.
And your name is what?
My name is Raphael.
Raphael.
Yes, from Culver State.
Yes, go on. Quickly, you have exactly 1 minute.
Yeah, you see, Fubara, he knows that he has been with Wiki for a very long time. He knows that they had an agreement. Agreement is an agreement. Somebody being a governor, not Momoiko, not that doing something, not being a governor. Either you are going to be there for 4 years, you have to take care of your master according to your agreement. Just an example. Here's a public state. You have chairman. If his chairman is obeying him, because the most argument, going between him and all the chief conflict gases in the state. So she better go back to his master and play after his master. Let him forget about all this issue of politics, between him, telling him, because a lot of integrity they are behind all these problems.
This man 2 minutes.
He does not know. So let him go and meet his master, and negotiate his master and speak with his master. But if he doesn't speak with his master, it's left for the people to say, it's a board, forget him. Like I said, that's the only thing that will destroy it, because if he has board in River State, he has board also in River State. The continue all do all these things, not in peace.
All right, Raphael. All right, Raphael. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay.
I think at this point, the point has been made clear. And considering the reality as of today, I think the Governor Fubara really has no choice than to find a way to cut Wike and his camp. That truth must be told. If he wants to remain governor at a time like this, if he wants to have his name in the record books as a governor who spent his entire first 4 years at least and contributed to developing the state, he must make those concessions very quickly, because we do not operate in a guilt-edged, principled environment. We are operating in a compromised environment, an environment that is subject to all kinds of manipulations and, if you like, distortions. But if you are going to operate in such it was Muammar Gaddafi, late Libyan leader, who said, "You cannot stand straight in a world that is crooked. You cannot stand straight in a world that is crooked, or you cannot walk straight, or something like that, in a world that is crooked." So the topography, as it were, the topography of our political environment will, to a large extent, depend on how you take your steps. And in this particular instance, I think that clearly Fubara has to stoop if he wants to at least conquer the remaining 2 years. He's on a very dangerous loop, and going ahead to call youths will destroy him permanently, will destroy his political career permanently. And let me say this, whether you bring in youths or whatever, the Nigerian nation is bigger than all those things. In the end, lives would have been lost, development would have stagnated, your name, your career would have been destroyed. The losses are too many, and the advice is that let's go for peace. If need be, what stops your godson from going to Godfather and says, "Well, I embrace you. You have shown superiority," and just calm down and move forward. We need to leave this topic here at this point. But for those of you who are calling, we can still call and talk about this, but we need to move to the next topic. And that has to do with Natasha. We'll go there after this break. Welcome back. It's still the Polity, and we've been talking about the crisis that's supposed to be over right now, should blow over now because of the Supreme Court pronouncement. We do hope that the top players are thinking in this line, and they must find a way by which they can prioritize the state and the citizens at this point in time. This state has lost so much ground in 2 years. It's been bickering, it's been all kinds of squabbles between Godfather, between Godson, between different camps, and then polarization between different tribes. At this point in time, people are beginning to identify as Ijaw, and it's looking as if, the Ijaw people are about to be rubbished, and so we will not take this, and all kinds of passions being inflamed. And this is totally unnecessary. Be that as it may, we'll go on to the next topic. And like I said before, you want to call in, please do call in, and you can still speak on the previous topic. But we'll go on now to Natasha. Natasha is still a very hot topic right now, because even a few moments ago we just read that a committee of the Red Chamber is considering or has recommended a 6-month suspension for several reasons. One of them, the continued disrespect to the office of the Senate President. For example, yesterday, as the President came into the chamber,
Wednesday.
That's yesterday. On Wednesday, yesterday, when the Senate President came into the chamber, the practice, the tradition is that every senator stands up to welcome, to recognize his entry. But of all the senators, Senator Natasha also refused to stand to honor him. And for me, there's a point you begin to get very childish in your approach. I don't know. One of the things I've enjoyed is seeing leaders who are not on the same page on several issues, but when they do meet, they still show some level of diplomacy, some level of maturity. They still shake hands. Sometimes some of them will even hug, but it does not change their principles. It does not change their beliefs, and then they express it very clearly and very pointedly when the opportunity presents itself. I think that that's what we must do. We should not get to the point where there are people, youngsters, children, students watching us, and they think that it is right to promote obstinacy, to promote being obdurate and all that. I do not think that that's the path to follow, because as leaders, the responsibility to show the right example is higher with leaders. How would you be able to command respect if you do not give respect? Respect begets respect. So the committee is saying, on the strength of a whole lot of factors, that Natasha should be handed a suspension. What do you think?
Well, let me make this declaration. It's my personal opinion. In all this brouhaha, I want to say that Natasha will lose. She's the one that will lose. She will lose out.
You think so?
No matter the nature of the vociferous shouts on the social media, or all those that are coming to stage manage.
Even if she has damning evidence,
she's going to lose. Do you know why? She is attacking a whole institution of the Senate of the Federal Republic.
Oh, this has gone beyond personal.
Yes, it has gone beyond it. The way things are now, the Senate is being brought to disrepute to the extent that market women, traders, artisans are now demonstrating against the Senate of the Federal Republic just because somebody said somebody is throwing tantrums at her, or not on issue. I mean, not on issue of making laws, not on issue of policies, not on issue of serious issues that concerns everybody. The National Assembly, especially the Senate, is one of the key institutions of the Nigerian state. So anything that we must bring to the public must be something that is cogent, affects every one of us, can bring us together, can make us to use our intellect, but not to come to the public and begin to shout that they are looking at the front or the back of somebody. The Senate is bigger than that. As it is today, I don't think Natasha has one senator in that chamber of 109 individuals supporting her. Don't forget, this Senate that we are talking about, there are past governors there, there are past ministers there, there are past Senate presidents there. In this same chamber, every one of them stood up for the Senate president to come in, no matter who the Senate president is. Matter.
Exactly.
He remains until he is removed. He remains the Senate president of the Federal Republic, of the Senate.
I think
and then
nobody will applaud.
She's the only one who did not stand up.
No, it's
See,
not,
the rule book, the rule of the Senate, one of the major strengths, one of the major dignifier or signifying the capacity of the Senate is its rule books, and the senators must adhere to it, and senators do not take with levity anything that affects trampling on the rules of the Senate. One, Senate President is coming into the assembly, and the rule says everybody must stand up to usher him into the, because you have a grouse with him,
then you sit down.
You flouted that rule.
No.
Of course,
because it's no longer against the Senate President as a person.
It's against the institution.
The Senate, yeah.
Nobody that senator that is worth his thought in the assembly
will take that.
Will take that.
All right, let's hear this person.
Hello, good afternoon.
You're welcome to the Polity, yeah?
Yeah, my name is Hunohashi. I'm calling from Lagos. I called before.
You called before, yeah. Lagos has a magic wand this afternoon. Go on.
Yes. Right from the day of Adam, the power of a woman is almost, it can never be emphasized.
Okay.
Yes. If a party is not careful, Natasha can easily bring him down. If a woman can bring Adam down, it's the first man on earth. And the same thing, so Samson, the strongest man on earth. Don't talk of Solomon, the wisest man on earth. Obama is not. Obama should be very careful. He might be brought down. Don't overlook her. Don't underrate her. Don't underrate her at all. Don't underrate Natasha. There's nothing they cannot do when it comes to women. And when they mean it, they mean it. She has her way. She started doing all these things from day one. She knows where she's going. And then we travel to, she has supporters. If they're not visible, they'll come out visible one day.
All right, Theophilus.
There's nothing that is not possible.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. So she has invisible supporters. And you know, this thing is becoming political, like somebody said on one of the programs, and I agree entirely. Some opposition party figures are already taking positions. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Good day. How are you?
Very fine, thank you.
Yeah, speaking with Comrade from Edu.
Comrade what?
Yusuf.
Okay, go on. How's Maiduguri today?
Yeah, Maiduguri is fine.
Great. Can you make yourself a little bit more audible?
Yeah, I would like to make I would like to go with your guest here in the studio.
Okay.
What this senator was portrayed to all Nigerians now, especially the younger ones now. She has been chosen to be a senator of Nigeria, and she was in the Senate. Now, so if somebody treated her that way, how would she describe it? It's very odd. Very, very odd. Before I was with her before. I was thinking that she had been blocked or she had been sidelined on her interest, maybe because of what some other people are saying. She wanted to present a bill because of her constituency and so on and so forth. But now she has opened it out categorically that she has a personal problem with it. And that is no one together. They have their personal issues. Let them go and sort it outside.
Yeah.
But going by the rules of the Senate, she has the issue in that particular aspect. So she failed to give an analysis. If somebody treated her the way she did it, how is she going to feel? No, the Senate President, I know, sometimes he has been, I remember that the time he made a comment, something like Ojelade or something of that nature.
Nice club.
As the Senate President, apology, I guess to her. Who is she to say that she's not going? I don't know. Let me be frank with you. It's my personal view. He's going to lose this case. When you can go to any level, now she's not an institution of the federal government in Nigeria. So I wish you all the best. KAFTAN.
Thank you, comrade. Okay, so now yes.
I was making another. I want to make another point.
Right.
The Senate committee that sat on a petition, although investigated what happened on the day she stood up to want to talk,
and they had
yes, because the Senate did not consider her petition.
Right.
They say it was dead on arrival, and I also agree with them. It's another infringement on the rule of the Senate. See, the rules of the assembly are sacrosanct. There are some clauses you can't break them. If you allow one person to break it,
then
it will become a precedent, a very bad precedent.
Yeah.
The rule says any senator that has a petition to drop in the Senate must not be the one to sign it. That's what the rule says.
The signature.
And then you are bringing your own, authored by you and signed by you. Of course, you can write it yourself.
But
and give it to another person. You can even give it to your driver to sign. You can give it to your maid to sign. Anybody can sign it for you.
Right.
But not you.
Yeah,
it's on the basis of that. That's number one. Yeah. That was why the petition was not recognized.
Yeah.
But for that day, the committee invited her to come and defend her actions on that day.
And she refused to show up, right?
Now, I told people that, number one, before Natasha reacted the way she did on that day, why not ask the senator beside her, have you been moved before to another seat? If that one says yes, I've been moved. Were you told before you were moved? Hear the response of that person. Almost everybody in that Senate, except those principal officers that sit in front, have been moved. And the Senate president is the only person given the powers to move senator seat around. He doesn't have to defend why he moved you. The rule book did not say that. But it says the rules of the Senate gave him power to move you. So what she should have done was to move first. Because as soon as she's moved, if she sits in her former seat, she cannot speak from there. That's the rule.
So she becomes...
she's not in the Senate on that day.
Exactly.
Except she sits on the seat allocated to her. Because in front of the Senate president,
the entire
sitting arrangement is in... So if anybody press the light to want to talk, he will look at the light and look at the person that wants to talk and say, no, it's not the person. Maybe this light is malfunctioning. Because you are not supposed to be on that seat. So he cannot recognize you. You are not recognized in the Senate on that day. Now the Senate now says, go and investigate why she behaved the way she did. She was not the only person that was called. So many others, including the sergeant at arms and all of them, were invited by the committee. Others came. She didn't come. That's another affront.
It's getting a lot more.
That's another affront on the Senate,
which you can have a good case.
Yes.
And by your own,
and you can spoil it.
You spoil it. Yes, I think that's what's exactly happening. Let's take this. Hello.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome. Even your neighbor, the one sitting next to you, can't hear you. Ushishi from Mina. Okay.
My observation here, and the way we continue to.
Can you move around? Change where you're calling from, maybe. Go on quickly. Talk as you move. Okay. He has chosen not to continue. Please do call in. The number remains 0802993835. And so we have gotten to the point where there are so many areas where she has slipped, as it were, and that makes her case. And we're not judging; we're just looking at what's popping into the media scene. That makes her case quite bad. It's worrisome that you started out well and then you begin to go down and down. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome, my brother.
My name is Jibrin. I'm calling from Gwagwalada.
Oh, go ask people, how are they?
We thank God, though.
Okay. Go on.
I want to make a call. Both of them should be suspended. Not only Natasha should be suspended.
All right.
And then the investigation should not be within the people investigate both of them if they want to get the facts. Because if they allow the Senate within themselves to investigate, there are some hidden agenda that they will not expose it out there. Let external forces within outside the Senate, even the retired Senate people, those who have not been in the Senate again, who have been there before, they should call the female side and call the male side to bring out, and both of them to be suspended. Any president cannot preside now in an allegation to make a real fact in Nigeria. This is how it ought to be. But if we continue, it's a disgrace to Nigeria. And we will not allow this thing to continue. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jibrin. Now,
so wait, I think Nigerians should understand one thing. We should understand the issues at stake. A member of the Senate has alleged that the Senate president is making passes at her.
Yes.
That is not the problem of the Senate.
See,
no, wait,
let me help you because we need to quickly. I think that institutions generally do have dispute resolution mechanisms in place, and these mechanisms should be exploited by people who are aggrieved, and you should follow to the end using that. And it is when you are not satisfied that you go. For example, the matter is already in court. Somebody has already gone to court, and then you come after you have gone to court to come and bring a petition in-house. It doesn't. It reeks of disrespect for the institution. You have already gone out. You have refused to resolve the problem between you and your husband. You have been heady. I'm giving an example. And then, rather than talk with your partner and sort it out, you've already gone to solicit support, campaign and all that from somewhere else, and then you now come back. It worsens the matter. No, we need to be careful.
Let me. I want to talk about that the Senate president should resign. That's what so many people
not necessarily resign.
That should step aside. It's uncalled for. In this issue that we are talking about, the Senate president is not being alleged to have tampered with the money of the House, or is been collecting money from members to take their bills. No, he has not. And he has not flouted any of the rules of the Senate. It is a member that is alleging that so-so person did so-so thing to her.
Yeah.
If that is the situation, the Senate has a mechanism, institutions. We are talking, I keep repeating it, we are talking about the Senate. We are not talking about association of
whatever.
No, we are talking of the Senate. The Senate has inbuilt capacity, just like you said, to take care of this, especially issues like this. It has an ethics and disciplinary committee that can discipline, and they have disciplined members of the Senate like that. They have sat on issues that concern Senate presidents in the past, so they can resolve their issues. And I am equally saying these are not the issues that the Senate should worry about. They should not worry anybody in the Senate. These are allegations that have been leveled against so many people in the past, even by the same person. Oh, no, so each time it happens to somebody, you ask the person to drop. So because this person has alleged this.
No. But let's be a little bit liberal, if you like. Is it right for the Senate president now to be seen like being a judge in his own matter? Does it align with justice? Does it align? Is that not repugnant to even natural justice?
Before the Senate president can be asked to step down, there will be greater and more severe, more serious issues than this one.
Don't forget that sexual harassment is a serious problem in society generally. It's viewed very seriously.
Do you know that?
Do you remember that sexual harassment or sexual whatever affected an American president.
We are going to America again.
No, yes.
Okay.
We will cite all kinds of examples as long as they are.
Continue.
As long as as long as they fit. Now, do you recall that there was that, and it really almost brought down that president? But they managed it. But he was indicted, but they managed it, and he managed to finish his tenure. But the truth is that everywhere sexual harassment, for example, in our higher institutions, it has brought down several persons. You remember the saga in Lagos, where a private investigator took it upon.
Let's finish this before you, okay, take the call.
No, let's take. So, hello. Oh, he's gone. So, where a private investigator took it upon himself or herself, I've forgotten who it was now, in University of Lagos, and that brought down the professor, and I think one university in the east, one university in Ghana.
I understand your line of thoughts.
Let me take this first, so that you can consolidate your thoughts. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
It's me, I'm back again.
Who is this?
With due respect to our colleagues in the studio.
Yes, please, your name. Is this?
Speaking is as if he is biased.
No, who is this? From Kogi? Okay, from Kogi.
I'm calling back for the second time.
All right then.
Yeah. So as I was saying, with due respect to our colleagues in the studio, the way he's speaking is as if he is biased.
Oh, who says you are not biased?
You are the judge. You are judging me.
Go on.
You see, the reason why I'm saying so, you discover that one of the reasons why our institution today is not respect, just like what is happening in the situation where the Supreme Court give an order and the order is not followed, is because of things like this. You cite an example of medical news scheme that happened in the United States.
That's it, yes.
You discover that the issue was followed to the letter. And we are offering the democracy for those people. Those are the people that introduce democracy to us. Then, we must keep the sanity of our institute. We must learn to follow things in the way they should be. Let's tell ourselves the truth. These are the reasons today why you see that institutes in these countries are not being respected. When they give order, people feel above the institute. It is because of issues like this. So, indeed, the issue wants to be followed to the logical conclusion. The both of them who are parties to this issue have to be suspended. And the issue has to be looked thoroughly. And if they find that any one of them is guilty, then the normal punishment should be accrued to that individual. Not that how can somebody be a party to an issue where he or she is accused, and you are saying that harassment is not an institutional problem. No, even you, if somebody harassed your wife, how will you feel? Is this a person that make mention of a nightclub in an institute of a country? You are addressing a member that is dressed an institute as if it's a nightclub. No, we have to be sincere. We have to be sincere with each other, please.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
We take. Okay, go on. Yeah.
I should. Okay. Let me react to that. See, it's a democracy, so I like his line of thought. But the reason, again, is that Natasha shouldn't have gone out. Natasha is a senator of the federal. She shouldn't have first reported the matter to the TV station.
So on air,
she shouldn't have. That's number one. Number two is that as a senator, she's a leader in this country.
She
should not have brought this kind of situation upon the Senate as an institution. It is not worth it for anything. I think she has brought undue crowd, undue attention, so many comments, and then even opposition, those that wanted the Senate president out, those that are in the opposition to the president, Senate president occupying that place, and people even want to destabilize the system, probably because of 2027, and they are making calls, interpreting this issue, this same issue, that was deliberately brought to them in the public place. They wouldn't have, if it's an issue that was being attended to in the Senate, this kind of barrage of comments would not have befallen the Senate. Because it wouldn't have been in the open. Yes, and Natasha would have gotten the justice that she deserved. Now, the case is in court again, like you said. She has taken the Senate President to court, the aides of the Senate President to court on some aspect of the issue. The wife of the Senate President has also gone to court. You see, there are now various interests in this issue. It has now become an issue of, I must not be put to shame. Yes. Or the Senate must not be put to shame. Let's even extend it. The APC must not be put to shame. In that was why I said, on the long run, she will lose. Because interests that should not have heard about this one, that should not have been party to judging this issue or interfering in this issue, or maybe interests that would even have worked in her favor originally. Now, people are now seeing, they are now reading meanings into why she did what she did, and she is now having backing even from those that are arch enemies of the Senate and of the Senate President. Of the Senate leader. The Senate will not allow that. The APC will not allow that. It will depend. Let's watch and see. It will depend if, for example, she has incontrovertible evidence. I mean, that will be it. Oops. Okay. Please do call in. We have a few more minutes to go, and just 5 minutes to go. And so, do call in. I'm ready to take your call. Yes. Even in courts. Yes. In the law courts, if you have evidence, Segun, please wait, and you are not able to manage your evidence, you can lose. Hello.
Yeah, it's moving from Medjugorje. I wanted to point again. I want to contribute again.
Okay.
Yeah, please. I want to ask a question. Please, can you make clear to me so that I will understand what's going on clearly? Did Natasha Akpoti reported the case of harassment to the Senate Committee on Ethics and Privacy, or when she was actually asking for another thing before that she decided to bring out the case of harassment today? Just make it clear for me, please. I want to understand that.
But is the second this thing? Because she was asked to relocate, she refused. She refused to obey the instruction, and before she alleged that the Senate President was not allowing her to talk.
But my point, did you understand my question clearly, please?
Yes.
Why can't she report the issue of harassment to the Senate Committee on Privacy and Ethics before now?
Well, she's the only person who can answer that. That's one of the questions that are being put to her.
That person that called him from Ojelade, he was letting know this area. I want him to understand this one.
All right.
That's because I spoke from Ojelade. We're not using particular issue.
All right.
And we're supposed to go straight to the point. That is my point, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, comrade. Thank you. Maybe the last person. Hello.
I'm repeating myself again, Jibril.
Okay, it looks as if today is wonderful for people who call. Yeah, go on.
What I'm saying this thing, there's one the Senate President did the same thing to Saraki. But when he entered, he changed the constitution in favor of himself. You see, like what is happening in River, this man did to Amechi. Amechi now, the payback is there. Whatever we are doing, we should be careful in this country. If man did not do, God will do. What is good to do, let Senate President open up in what is not supposed to intervene. Let a sacred, I repeat myself, that sacred board have this case to intervene. There is something real, if it is not real, we have not insulted this place, nightclub. There are things featuring inside. So that if both of them, then they can take them out of this matter, we'll hear the reality. Nigeria will move forward.
Thank you, Jibril.
The president they accused. The president has to be set aside. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jibril.
Anyway, that independent investigative panel, who will set it up? Number one, it can't be the executive because there is separation of power.
It's still the Senate that will set it up, right?
And the Senate has institutions to do that. So they will not call anybody from outside to come and do it for them. So that's why I keep saying that this call that somebody independent should come from outside, it will not happen. Because
what about the call that he should step down? When Saraki was investigated, didn't he step down for the investigation?
The issues are different. The issues are different.
His issue was that he bought. That's also quite personal. He bought a car.
He bought cars for members of the Senate. He's using the money of the Senate. He's using the money of the Senate to do things that the Senate or somebody considers to be a breach of Senate rules. This one is that is making passes at me. You have not even laid the evidence on the table.
The petition.
Nobody knows. It's just hearsay. In fact, many senators had it on TV for the first time. You can't act on that. Bring your come.
But eventually, when she also brought the petition was thrown out.
When she did not follow the rules,
the procedures.
That's what I'm saying. That head or tail, she's going to lose.
This is the last caller today. What do you have to say? Well, your name, your location, and quickly.
Good afternoon.
Go ahead. Your name, your location, just go on.
Okay, my name is Ojelade Raf. I'm calling from Lagos.
Yes, you have 30 seconds.
Okay, I'll be watching your analyst. It's like the man is a little bit biased because this issue of
you are the second person that will say that today.
Go on.
I believe you have wife at home and you have sisters, and I don't think if such a thing happened to your sister or your wife, you just say the issue should be wiped away like that. Actually, I know there's rules in the house, in the Senate house. But let's forget about the rules. I can't say it can be wiped away. Thank God, even our brother there said he compared what happened during Clinton time, in which he was harassed too. So, Akpoti cannot be judged in his own case. You have to step aside. Okay, you can see how the Senate rush up and put that suspension, the way they suspend Natasha now. So they are even Senate to their bias, and I appreciate your comment by saying even in the House, out of 109, none of them will stand by Natasha's side. Yes, because all of them they play along with the Senate president. So, but I pray we should not continue like this. Let law take its course.
Let's leave it there, my brother. We're going to have to leave the program at this point.
Yes.
This will be probably the size after 30 seconds.
After 30 seconds, let me say that I said something earlier. I said you can have all the evidences to support your argument.
And still mismanage it. That's what you said.
And still mismanage it. If you do not handle it well, you will still lose. So it's an advice to Natasha. Number one, if she does not mind the way she goes about this, at the end of the day she can be found guilty, or she might lose everything. So she has to be very, very careful and methodical. If they invited you to come before the Senate committee,
why didn't
agreed to by the entire Senate, and you didn't go, you are attacking the Senate.
You are disrespecting
the Senate. If the rule says this is how you should conduct yourself, and right from the start you flouted that rule, of course it can lead to the dismissal of your case, as you have seen. Now don't come to the public and say, I know that's how they are going to do.
All right, we have to go, Segun. We don't have enough time because these are very interesting topics. People are really very interested. You have seen quite a number of people call. I must say thank you at this point. And I must say thank you to you, Segun Ojelade. Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Coming. My name is Dayo Mogo, and I must say thank you to the production team. Thank you very much. Without you, what can we do? And yes, you, the viewers, please keep staying tuned to KAFTAN TV. It's the best. Tell your neighbor it's the best. And stay tuned for forever. At this point, tomorrow is another day. Please tune in again at the same time. Polity will be on the air.
Join me.
Most likely, Macauley will be here for tomorrow.